Hello, my name is Christian. Welcome to this new YouTube channel of mine. I opened up this channel to teach you photography and editing skills, the kind of skills you would need to make something like this or perhaps something like this. I have been doing this for almost 15 years now and I really want to get all my knowledge out there and help people to improve their own photography and editing skills, because what do you do with knowledge unless you share it with people? So that's exactly why I have an Instagram account where I share photography tips like every 2 weeks right now. And yeah, if you are into that sort of stuff, then definitely check it out. It's down in the description, the link I mean. And yeah, but anyways, let's dive into the content of this video. That's enough self-promotion, I suppose. So, I'm going to show you how to edit photos selectively on Lightroom mobile. And what is selective editing? It's when you take parts of the picture and you do adjustments on certain parts. That's what selective editing means. So usually when beginners start to edit photos, they edit the whole photo globally, and yeah, that can be fine and stuff, but often the problem is that you might have parts of the photo that gets blown out or become too dark, or perhaps the colors got messed up or something like that. That's the problem with global editing, and selective editing is a great way to avoid that kind of things, because you aren't editing everything at once. Anyways, let's open up the Lightroom app and let's get into it. So I have this photo here, and to do selective editing, remember that you do need the paid subscription from Adobe. So that's something to keep in mind. You cannot do this, unfortunately, if you are a free user, so sorry. But if you are a paid user, then go ahead and watch the rest of the video. So let's tap on the selective icon on the top left corner, like so. This brings up the selective edits menu. And if I click, let's say, light, I cannot do any adjustments, as you can see. And that is because I haven't selected the area that I want to edit. And to do that, I'm going to press the plus icon on the top left corner of the screen. Like so. Missed there. Anyways, this brings up 3 tools. We are going through each one of these, but let's start with the round one. I like that one a lot, so I'm going to put it right here on the middle of the photo. And by dragging from the blue dot, you can move the area, and by dragging the white dots on the edge, you can adjust the size of it. You can also rotate if you drag from the thin line that's around the area. So, but I want to keep this straight, so I'm going to cancel that. Let's do something like this, perhaps. Actually, let's do like this. Yeah, that's good. So now that I have this area that I'm going to edit, I'll press the blue dot on the middle to hide that, because I don't want to see that. I want to see the changes I'm making. So I'm going to increase the exposure a bit, actually a lot. Something like that. To avoid blowing out the highlights in the clouds, I'm going to drop down the highlights slider somewhat. Sorry, like so. And I think that's good. So I'm going to hit OK on the top right corner, like so. And yeah, that's nice. And by the way, you can preview the edit by holding the photo. Then you can see the before version of the photo, so that's something good to know about Lightroom. Anyways, let's do some more selective editing. So that was the round one out of the way. Let's do the paintbrush now. So we have three options for the paintbrush. By tapping and holding on one of these, you can, and dragging up or down, you can adjust various things. Like this first one adjusts the size of the brush, so I'm going to go with something like that. Then the middle one adjusts the feather, so this is how hard the edges are basically. And the last one is flow, and this just means the less it is, the less it's going to like apply the effect that you are going to put in. So I like to usually keep it quite low, so I can like paint the adjustments more on different parts. But yeah, you can try different settings and see what works for you. But anyways, let's start painting. I'm going to paint this road here, like so. I want especially to paint this darker area. So I'm going to tap the blue icon or dot whatever again to hide that, and let's increase the contrast a little bit and also exposure. Then I'm going to go to the color tab and I'm going to drop the temperature a little bit, so make it a little bit cooler. I want to make like the kind of photo where you have like dark blue clouds, like really dramatic looking shot, so it's going to look nice with the road being a little bit blue as well. So I'm going to also increase saturation a little bit. That's nice. Yeah, okay. Then more selective stuff. The last one is gradient. So I'm going to tap and add it on the sky. And by dragging on the lines outside, you can adjust the size of the gradient basically. And the blue one on the middle moves it like usually. And you can also rotate this from the center line as well, like so, but I don't want to rotate it, so that's fine. I'm going to add it somewhere like here. And also, because I want to basically affect the sky only, I can press the eraser button here, and this has same options as the brush has, so I can change the size and feather and flow. So I'm going to drop the flow to really low now, something like 4. And I'm going to start erasing a little bit from here. Actually, let's increase the flow somewhat more. That was too little. So I just want to carefully take some away from the buildings, because we want to change the sky and not the buildings so much. But it's sometimes difficult to make this look like natural, like so it fades nicely. That's why using very little flow is beneficial, because it allows you to make the transition look a little bit smoother. But I'm not going to do super precise job here. I'm just doing a quick explanation how this works. But yeah, that's good enough. I'm not going to do more of that. But yeah, let's hide that again and go to light section. And because I want a kind of dark and dramatic looking sky, I'm going to drop the exposure like a lot, like so. That's good. And then I'm going to bring up the highlights and contrast, like so. That's kind of nice. Then I'm going into the temperature tab again and going to drop the temperature, so we have like that matching blue with the road that I did previously. So that looks kind of nice. Let's not actually increase the saturation, we don't need it. The contrast adjustment brings some more saturation along with it, so actually we probably want to decrease the saturation a tad bit. Okay, I think that looks nice. Let's hit OK and see the changes. Yeah, that's a huge difference. So yeah, that's the gist of it. So adjust whatever part you need to adjust and you are going to get so much nicer looking results by doing that. So just for the fun, let's do one more. And I want to do this gradient again, and I'm going to flip this over here. Like so, and increase this a little bit and hide it. Then I'm going to increase the exposure on the ground itself. Not too much, but something like this perhaps. I think that's nice. Hit OK. And look what kind of difference. That's really amazing. Yeah, so that's about it, I guess. You can also adjust other stuff, like, for example, if I do this round one again, I'll show you one more thing. So, sorry, it's hard to get hold of these sometimes. So there is an option for vignetting. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm not native speaker, as you can probably tell. So we can hit the icon here to reverse our selection. And by doing so, we can do stuff like this. That's really too much already, so I'm going out a little bit and do like so. Let's see how this would look. I really love this kind of effect, but you can also do this with the free version. You don't need to do this selectively, but this just gives you more control over how it's going to look and stuff like that. So that's nice. Let's hit OK, and yeah, I think we are done with this one. That's just a quick demonstration how you do it. Like, you apply your own stuff to your own photos and do how you like to do, but that's just how I like to do things. Especially in photos like this, where, like in this case, the road like brings like leading lines towards the center, so making that a little bit brighter than the rest of the photo really gives it that oomph that it needs. Yeah, so that's about it. If you enjoy this kind of content and want to see more, then yeah, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, why not? And thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.